Hello, this is Dr. Darnise. Welcome back into another episode. Dr. Darnise's House of Religion, Magic, and Conjure. Happy New Year. So I'm going to come on here today and give you, I don't know, 4 or 5 New Year's rituals. And so I want to say, first of all, Plan and Prosper, the program is still in registration. So the full name is How Black Women Can Plan and Prosper in 2023. So if that fits you, then let me know you want the link. We're going to start January 7th, the first Saturday in January. It goes all the Saturdays in January. Hit me up and I will give you some more information about that and the link. But what I wanted to come on here today and talk about, and probably going to do this in 2 parts because I got a few things here to share with you in terms of our end of year rituals, end of year intention setting, how to make the most of this energy that we have at the end of the year and going into the new year. At least in our Western world, this is a tradition. Already it's a ritual, right? Already it's a tradition of closing out the old and starting again. And, you know, one thing about humans is we like ritual. It's hardwired into us seemingly that we like archetypal imagery and we like ritual. Humans have created ritual since the beginning of humankind. So some people say things like, oh, it's not really the new year, or I don't like holidays because they're all made up. Well, pretty much everything is made up at some point in time. There's no such thing as pure spirituality or pure religion. It's just what humans do. And then of course it's cultural, right? Like Black people do it a certain kind of way throughout the diaspora. Different ethnic groups do it different kinds of ways. So we're going to look at a few ways that you can, if you choose, integrate some rituals for yourself. How can you create this or use this time as a point of empowerment and intention setting for yourself as you go into the new year? And you can repeat this ritual, any of these rituals, as often as you want to. I would strongly suggest it, especially at your own birthday, because that's your solar return. That's your own, you know, anniversary of the day that you actually came into the earth realm. So on your birthday, you can do, you know, your own personal New Year ritual. But having said that, I do want to give you, like I said, a few end of year rituals. One of them is intention setting. So that's why I created that program, Plan and Prosper 2023, because as I've said before, I think in other videos, your intention is actually your magic wand. The way you purposefully intend for your life is how you purposefully, consciously manifest. Most people are on the default plan. Most people don't take the time to intentionally think about what they think about. They don't intentionally plan for what they want next. They might say, well, I just want to be happy, or, you know, I just want this thing, I just want a new car, but they don't have any real intention behind it. They don't continue to put energy behind it. And so the thing might not manifest because really you're counteracting it within your own head, because you're saying things like, you know, oh, I like a new car, but I don't know how I'm going to get it because my credit is bad. Or, you know, I would like, $1 million, but I'm never going to have that. Right. So as soon as you say a thing out of your mouth, are you also thinking the exact opposite and how it can't happen for you? Then that's the thing that you're going to manifest. Right. So let's be intentional with our thoughts and our ritual making so that we get the desired result, right? We know how to get the undesirable result, and that is to not think about it or to think about it negatively. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few items of divination that help us in terms of having like a tangible accompaniment to the mental spiritual exercise of intention setting. You know, having an object in your hand is like a way to reinforce for yourself the mental, spiritual, emotional thing that you're wanting to bring into manifestation. And that's really what magic is you are intentionally using the powers of the universe, of our earth plane, to create the thing that you want. So what can we say are some divination tools? Well, obviously the tarot deck. I'm always talking about tarot here recently. Where's the card? Okay. And I think I'm going to make a separate video about New Year tarot reflection. So, for example, on the Magician card, and I pulled this one out as a because it's the beginning in the tarot journey. It's 0. It's the Fool. The Fool is the one who's starting over, starting again. He's got a little knapsack there. He's ready to go on a journey. He's not even, he's kind of oblivious and happy. Like, I don't even necessarily know where I'm going or how it's all going to work out. As you see, he's about to step off a cliff. The sun is shining, though. It's a bright future if you will take the journey. So again, the tarot is one divination tool that you might use to help you get some clarity on what it is you want to bring in. Now, I can't really stress enough that these tools work the best when you have clarity of intention. So the pre-work that you want to do is really getting clear inside yourself about what you want to manifest, so that the tools can reflect that back to you in an accurate way. So, and people use all kinds of divination tools because, again, it's really about your mental, emotional, spiritual process that you go through. And then the tool is just a permission slip to allow yourself or to help yourself hear from spirit, get in alignment, get quiet, because our world is so noisy, right? So sometimes when we're holding something in our hand, like shuffling the tarot deck or looking at the tarot card, you've actually calmed yourself down, you're actually focused, and you're listening to spirit. So when you're doing all of that, you're actually in alignment with spirit, and spirit can talk to you and you can hear, because you're using the tool as a way of getting yourself centered and quiet and in a listening mode, right? Another divination tool that I don't talk about that much is a pendulum. Now, some of you may have a pendulum already. This one is amethyst. And so I don't personally work with pendulum that much, but occasionally I do. And so people tell me, well, that's why you don't really, that's why it's not necessarily the clearest tool for you, because you don't do it all the time. And so, your intention is not so keen with the pendulum. But for some people, it's a really accurate tool for them when it comes to making kind of a yes or no kind of choice about something. And so when you work with a pendulum, you kind of, what is the word I want to say? Set it. You work with it in such a way that you establish what is the yes, like if this is going to be the yes, right? And then if this is going to be the no. And so it takes some work with the pendulum as a reflection of your energy. You don't just like go buy a pendulum in the store and then automatically just ask it questions, right? You really need to kind of bond with it and understand how it's working with you and your own energy. So I don't know, maybe I should work with it more often, and then I'd feel like it was more helpful to me personally. But some of you may already work with a pendulum. I know a lot of people who work with the pendulum. Again, it's really good for yes or no kind of questions. And I've got this little, like a crystal ball. Now you may say, a crystal ball, I mean, this is not exactly a circle, but it's a clear sort of crystal object for, think about in the past or in the movies, what are crystal balls used for? Like they'll show you some spiritual teacher, some witch who's peering into this crystal ball to tell somebody's future. Well, again, it's a tool. It's a device / permission slip whereby the universe can communicate with you. So God, the universe, the Orisha, whatever you're working with, don't fight the system like, well, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in that. Work with what you do believe in and believe that there is a relationship between you and spirit. And as you pray, as you ask, allow for the answer to come. So I'm giving you divination tools where those are the means by which the answer may come. You could also, you can get an answer via a dream. If you are somebody who does lucid dreaming, astral traveling kind of things, you can get answers that way too. But in this case, we're looking at divination tools where you're kind of intentionally plugging in. And so the crystal ball allows us to focus our attention. And, some people who are highly sensitive or psychic may say that they actually see something in this reflective surface. Like people would use water, even, water gazing, because they just need a reflective surface that they can actually see some imagery in it. They might get a picture of somebody's face, or some symbol may come up, right? And so that is spirit's way of communicating, saying, you're looking for the answer, and here I am giving you the answer, right? And of course, candle magic, which I periodically talk about, right? And so for the new year, what do you want to do? Well, you want to especially open the roadways. I should have gotten a black candle. The black candle is for cleansing and banishing and protection. So a black candle, an orange candle to open the ways, open the roads, right? As a new year practice. Because again, think about what it is you want to bring in. And then you want to ask spirit to help remove obstacles. So an orange candle. And while you're setting your intention, purple candle is good. Not only is it my favorite color, but a purple candle is good because it asserts your will. It stands for your personal will. So as you're thinking about what it is you want for your life, of course, you want to assert yourself in your own life. Like you are claiming something for yourself. Like I claim this for myself, and I claim that all roads are open for me, right? And then I have the green one because most people want prosperity, right? My program is called Plan and Prosper. So green, to bring in prosperity, to bring in money, of course. Now, if you're saying I want love, you need a red candle, right? So whatever it is on this night here in New Year's Eve and into New Year's Day, here are some things you can do, right? But remember, these are permission tools so that spirit can communicate back with us. So what you really need is to be plugged into your own intuition and plugged in. So through meditation, through perhaps journaling, so you understand what it feels like and sounds like when spirit is talking to you. Because sometimes people will say to me in coaching, they'll say, well, I did hear this, but I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I'm just making it up. Maybe I'm just, wishful thinking. And I said, well, we got to do some practices so you understand what's the difference when you are kind of making it up, like, wishful thinking, and when it's actually spirit communicating with you. Because if you're in the regular practice, you'll know what that feels like and sounds like or looks like in your own life. And then, of course, one way to do that is through journaling. Journaling, because it allows you to slow down, like do it by hand, write it out. There's, we all get used to doing things on the computer, on our phone. Put the phone down. Be glad you can put the phone down for a minute and handwrite out the things. Because again, you're kind of train yourself to hear and to feel and to recognize the voice and the presence of spirit. So there's no need to rush through it. You can, write it out. And some journal reflections. How did I spend my time in the past year? And was that what I intended? Like really think about What got most of my time and attention? Is that in alignment with what I really want? Or was I in that mode by default? Did I end up just falling into a role that I always do, falling in the same activities that I always do? So something as a journal prompt that I'll give you here. How did I spend my time and energy in the previous year? And do I want to carry that into 2023? Right? Or do I want to start again? Do I want to leave that? Because I end up spending a lot of time and energy on stuff that's really not that important to me, or that it's draining and I don't want to do that anymore. So again, we've got to be intentional about what it is you actually want to do. Okay. So this is the kind of good stuff that you're going to get when you come into the Plan and Prosper in 2023, where I'm really helping you not only, well, this is the way I help you kind of get clear on what it is you want and then how to step into it, because we got to do the internal work. We've got to do the internal reflection about who we are and how we've gotten to this point, right? We didn't just wake up like this. Like there's patterns that we continue to do because of how we've been raised and what our communities have been like, what our environments have been like. And so when you coach with me, either in a group or one-on-one, I take you into that stuff so you can get to know yourself and see your patterns. Because if you're unconscious about yourself and your patterns, you're just putting a band-aid. None of this stuff will really be the most accurate for you because you're just putting a band-aid. You're not doing the kind of reflection that will help you really utilize your own intuition, right? So that you empower these tools, so that you empower the pendulum and the crystal ball and the way your candles work for you. And then lastly, I just want to, touch on something that people typically do and may or may not realize that it's actually a spell. It's a ritual. Cleansing. Now, how many people do you know? Maybe it's you. Every January, or maybe today you start cleaning the house. January 1, some people say, oh, when January 1 comes around, the house got to be clean. And so, either, right after Christmas, you start cleaning when you get rid of the tree and whatever, you start cleaning. What is cleaning? It's a banishing ritual, right? You clean out the old, you clear out the cobwebs, you clear out stagnant energy. So if you were to do a banishing ritual, which you can find all over the internet, one of the things is you got to be really clean. So I'm just going to remind you all about some good Florida water. This you can get any number of places. Botanica's everywhere. You can even get this in CVS, drugstores. I mean, I guess it depends on where you live. I'm in LA, so we get everything pretty much everywhere. But, and it's really inexpensive in CVS. But if you get it in some Botanicas, they're going to charge you like $15 for this. I'm like, oh no. But anyway, I'm just saying you might want to add that to, it's known as a magical water, and you might want to add that to your floor wash or add it. I like to use it on my windowsills, like as I'm constantly cleaning the windowsills from the dust. I like to just add it to clean the windowsills. And it has this kind of strong antiseptic scent that I like. Some people were like, oh no, it's too antiseptic. But I like it. Anyway, I just wanted to end with that one because it's something that we already do. Many of us, we're already doing a vanishing ritual, which is called cleaning. Clear everything out, take out all the garbage, do the laundry, wash the sheets, like everything has to be fresh and clean for the new year. And then the food, like some people have special things that they eat on New Year's Day. So if you're still with me in this video, put, what do you eat, or what did you grow up with people cooking for New Year's Day? In my family, it was black eyed peas and pig feet. Never eating pork, but for many people in my family, that was the thing to eat, was or chitlins, pig feet or chitlins. And I'm sure that's because that goes back to the plantation for African-American people. But anyway, those are some of the New Year's things that we've already been doing, and they're rituals, and we're just so comfortable with those that we don't even connect them to anything magical. But it is a process of clearing out and starting again. And so, what I'm going to be doing, well, tonight I'm doing some things, but what I'm going to be doing tomorrow is really like lighting up the whole place with candles and, doing some ancestor work. So at my altar, my ancestor altar. So to just, I guess, reconnect for the new year with the ancestors. And so, yeah, that's what I'm going to do on New Year's Day. But tonight I'm going to be doing some releasing, right? Some banishing, some releasing, so that as I go into the new year, I will be doing the embracing, right? And the highlighting and the bringing in of what it is I intend to, the ways in which I intend to prosper in 2023. So if you've been with me all this time, I do appreciate you. Put long haul, put whatever it is that y'all eat on New Year's Day. And again, if you are interested in Plan and Prosper with me, then say that. Yes, I'm interested. I would like the link to register, and like that. But that has been a long video, y'all. So I'm going to let you go. Bye for now.